into the wild unknown. It's like woodland rain ASMR right there. It is raining. It wasn't raining when I left the house, but now it is hacking it down with rain. Don't get the camera wet! Oh, that went in my eye. I'm gonna have no makeup by the time I'm done. Hello my lovelies, how are we doing today? So we are off out on an adventure. As you can see, we are in the woods. And we are heading out because I have a very special project today. And I'm out of breath because I've just been like through the woods. But yes, we have a very special project today. We are going to make our own Dreamcatchers. So we are stick hunting. So you guys, if you want to like, God, it's getting loud. I'm getting really wet now. But yeah, if you guys want to join in with the Dreamcatcher making, then yeah, just go out to your local woodland and have a little rummage around. I'm going to go about this in a very spiritual sort of witchy-woo way because I'm a witch. I'm sure that doesn't come over to any surprise to you guys that I'm walking to my favourite tree and I'm going to ask for permission to take a few branches so I can make a dream catcher. I'm also going to sneakily make a wand at the same time. So if the wand works out, then you'll see the footage. If it doesn't, you won't. So we'll see what happens. So this right here is my favourite tree in the woods. It actually has nothing to do with the fact that it has I Heart You carved into it. I feel like that's kind of a shame that someone decided to deface it kind of permanently, you know. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool at the same time. But that's not why this is my favourite tree. This is my favourite tree because, oh my god, it's really hacking it down with rain right now. This is my favourite tree because it kind of spoke to me. It sort of spoke to me. So, you know, if you're you know, if you're thinking of collecting like sticks and things in the same way as me, and you want to be a little bit sort of witchy-woo about it, you know, walk through the forest and you'll just be drawn to a tree. I know that probably sounds really crazy to people who perhaps are not on the spiritual journey, but for those of you who are, then you'll get what I mean. I was just walking through the woods maybe a couple of months ago, and I walked past this tree because the trail that I took me right by it, and yeah, it just kind of spoke to me, you know. I was just really drawn to it in much the same way that maybe you go into a crystal shop and the place is just full of like thousands of crystals, but you walk through there and like you just make a beeline straight for a particular crystal because it sort of called you, you know, and you resonated with it. Same thing, same concept, same thing. So I'm going to ask for permission to take wood from this tree. This tree is, I suspect, about 150 years old because of its size. And you know, I don't want to harm the tree, and you know, it is a living being. It has energy with it, just like this body you see before you has energy in it. And you know, I don't want to be disrespectful towards another form of life. And at the same time, I'm going to be using its body, you know, to create something that I'm going to live with. So I want to make sure that I have permission. Otherwise, the energy that comes from the wood that then is in my home is not going to be good. You know, it's not going to hold that kind of positive energy that I really want from it. So I'm going to meditate for a minute I'm going to set up my camera so you can kind of see that. It might look a little bit boring, but we'll see. I'm going to ask for permission and we'll see what I get. Okay, we have permission. God, I'm starting to look like a drowned rat. Okay, so I have just picked up these sticks. So I've got 1, 2, 3, kind of a thicker one. 4, another thick one. And 5 is an extra long boy, maybe for my wand. I'm not sure which of these are going to work, so I'm going to throw them in my backpack, and then when I get back I'm going to see if I can arrange them into kind of what I want it to be. So, tip, when you're collecting sticks for your Dreamcatcher, collect more than you need, because you never know how it's going to turn out. I don't know if these are going to fit. I have to stick out the top, I think. Oops, forgot you. Don't forget to say thank you to your tree. So even though I've gathered my sticks and things, I'm still going to continue venturing forth to see what else we can find, because we're going to need feathers, maybe even like little stones or something that we can drill holes into to use as beads. I'm not really sure what I want to make just yet, so I'm going to rummage around in the woods for a little bit longer and see what treasure we can find. So just a little tip for you when you're gathering your own sticks and things, you want to make sure that the wood isn't rotten. So you don't really want to pick up sticks and things that have quite obviously been on the ground for a while, like this stuff here. Okay, it is raining, so it's wet, and you can tell that it's wet because the wood's gone really dark. But you can tell it's been sat here a while, because like this wood here, it's super splintered, see? Where it's just like hella rotten. So that kind of thing is no good. Preferably, you will take something from a living tree. However, you've just seen how I approached that. I asked the tree for permission. I felt the energy kind of bounce back to me, where the tree was like, yeah, I want you to work with my energy. We'd make a good team. Because I will be using the wand that I'm going to make in a lot of my witchery and crafting and things. So it's very important to me that I get permission from the tree. If you're not going to be witchy-woo about it and you're just going to climb a tree and grab a branch, just be responsible with it. You know, you don't want to come in to a forest and just trash a tree because you want to make a dream catcher. That's really selfish. So, you know, just be sensible about it. And, you know, maybe grab, let's use this tree here as an example. Okay, so this tree here, it's got a low hanging branch. I can't do opposites. It's got a low hanging branch just here. So, you know, you might want to like grab the branch and just kind of snap off maybe like the end of it. So you see there's no leaves or anything on here, so you're not really harming the tree by taking that little stick off the end, and perhaps take one from each tree. If you want it all to be the same kind of wood, then just find 3 or 4 trees, that are the same. I don't recommend that you obviously climb like super high and start just ripping sticks and things off of trees. Not only are you potentially really going to hurt yourself, but it's harmful towards the tree, and we're all about looking after our environment, right? Otherwise we won't have anywhere to live. So just be responsible, guys. Just be responsible. I'm losing my beanie. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, wait, is this another trail? I'm losing my beanie again. Oh. This is tricky business. Being in the woods. By yourself. All alone. There's another... I just accidentally found another path. So much for getting lost in the wilderness. It's actually turning into a really nice day. The sun's out and stuff. Okay, Ali, focus. Right, we're looking for feathers. I think we've pretty much got enough sticks. I think we got enough sticks. I mean, you can never have enough sticks, right? We should probably get some more sticks. Oh, I just found this bad boy. This big guy, and it is just the right height, I think, for me. There we go. Yep, there's the difference. It was probably about 1.5 feet, maybe 2, no, foot. I don't know, my measurements are not good. But I think I'm going to make a staff out of this because it's not too heavy for me to hold, and it's made out of the same wood as well as the tree that we were just collecting sticks at. Well, for you, we were just there. For me, it's been about 2 hours. But I've just found another tree, which is the same. I wouldn't have said that I'm like drawn to it in the same way that I was the other one. But I saw this sat on the ground next to the tree where it's not rotten either. I'm really surprised that it's not rotten because I think it's been here for maybe a month or 2. But it feels really nice under the bark, and as I saw it like across the way, and as soon as I saw it I was like, staff. Staff, it's gonna happen. So now I got to drag this guy all the way home, which is quite far, so hopefully I will see you guys in a minute at home. Okay, now here we are back home. So I have my sticks selected, ready to make a Dreamcatcher out of. I have kind of snapped them to size. Oh, no, this way. Okay, I've snapped them to size, so they're not, it's not perfect, but we don't really want it to be perfect, otherwise it's going to look like we bought it out of a store, and we want it to look like it's been handcrafted, and it's going to, trust me. So what I want to do first of all is like prep them just a little bit. I'm nothing too crazy. I've got my trusty knife here, and I'm just going to kind of debark them a little bit, because you can see where I've been fiddling with them. There's like this sort of dusty sort of bark, woody stuff, which we don't want that. Oh god. A canvas painting nearly fell on my head. I'm not a woodworker, so I just want to tidy it up, because I'm going to have this hanging in my home, and I don't want these bits, like splintery bits of wood, falling off in the house. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of run my knife up it, just nothing too crazy. Oh, this is actually really fun. Oh, this is so much fun. Shit. Okay, don't get into it too much, guys, okay? I mean, have fun, but don't get into it so much that you just whittle it down to like nothing. Okay, so obviously we're not being silly, we're pointing knives away from us. Oh dude, this is hella fun. You can narrowly missed my finger there. Please be careful, you guys. I'll be careful, I promise. I'm drowning in dreads right now. So now we've got our sticks. We need some things to decorate with. So I've got some feathers here, courtesy of Sunny Swan and Gwendolyn Goose, who live outside on the land that I live on. So I went round yesterday to their favourite grooming preening spot, and I picked up the aftermath of their latest beauty session. I also have loads of thread, like loads and loads of coloured thread, and I also have some I have like loads of beads and things. They're black obsidian. No, they're not, they're black onyx. I'm talking rubbish. They are black onyx beads. Black onyx is really good for grounding. I thought it would be a really nice addition, kind of extra protection. So let's get started. Let's get started. Oh, don't forget your tea. Okay, I'm gonna do my best to. This is the first time I've filmed a YouTube video with this setup, so this is at arm's length. So I'm gonna do my best to make this so that you can still see my face at the same time. But I have a feeling that that's gonna fall flat very, very quickly. Okay, so arrange your sticks. Ooh, maybe we can make a long boy. Maybe we should do that. Okay, so when you're happy with what you've got, then what you're gonna do, we're gonna do it with this thread. Didn't I decide I was gonna do it? Oh, with ribbon. Right. Can you please get the fuck in the bag? This is really starting to frustrate me. Just get in. What's your fucking problem? That was stressful. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the purple thread for our web, and then I'm going to use, well then beforehand I'm going to use the green thread to bind the sticks to each other. So we're going to wrap it around. I'm going to do this in a double knot just to make sure it really isn't going to go anywhere. Oh, you do whatever you need to do to get these bitches to stay together. And you can chippy chop. Yeah, there we go. This is fiddly. This is really fiddly. Okay, so little double knot A, and then we're gonna go around and around. Let go. Okay, so now we've got our frame. Okay, so if yours is a little bit loose, what you can do is like twist the, you can twist, mine's actually really tight, but you can like twist the branches around just a little bit until they kind of tighten up. So now we're gonna switch to our next color thread. Okay, so just tie a knot in the top. This is very fiddly. Disclaimer. Super fiddly. Okay, so you loop it around and make it like a little knot. Tea break. Back to it. Oh, my dreads are really getting in the fucking way today. Now we've got our kind of base weave going all the way around. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take the first piece out here, and the knots that you were doing around the wood, you're now going to do around these straight bits. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, we're going to, she says, you know what, I'm going to chop this because trying to push a ball of yarn through is not happening. It's got really knotted, so excuse me while I play with yarn like a little kiddo. Oh, I fucking hate yarn sometimes. Why have you got to be this way? It's like the one piece I'm holding won't go anywhere. I don't understand. I'm sure you just had the end of it. Where the fuck did it go? Okay, I give up. All I want to do is make a fucking Dreamcatcher. That's all I want. It's not the same purple. Boo! Okay, so now I'm unthreading it because the rest of my thread I spent ages untangling and the thread had like unraveled. It was basically unusable, and unfortunately I don't have any more purple thread, so I'm going to use white instead because I have loads of white. I'm a little bit bummed out, I'll be honest, because I was feeling purple today, but no loss. Okay, we are back and we're going to start again with the thread. Arts and crafts, you know, anything goes. Anything goes. That's the beauty of it. Let's not get it knotted this time. Now, we're back to where we were. I'm going to attempt to unravel this without it getting knotted. So I'm going to do that real quick. Yay, I did it. So I'm going to grab this guy and I'm going to do the exact same thing that I was doing before. So I'm going to loop it through. This is where you get into knots if you're not careful. Help! It's so fiddly! No, don't knot. Please don't knot. How? How? You were literally just sat on my desk. Why? Stop fucking knotting. Come on, you bitch. Okay. Don't you fucking dare. Thank you. I'm thinking about it. You see how this is now taking shape? So this is what we're going to get, like these little triangles. So keep going. Don't lose faith. It's a bit of a slow process, but it builds. You are building it. You know, the pattern, the web of life. Why do I have long nails? Don't you fucking dare. How? How? Is there like some sort of invisible fucking fairy sitting on my desk just being like, yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna fuck this up so that you can't fucking make your Dreamcatcher. Fuck you, Alice. You know what, little fairy? I appreciate you. Because you're teaching me to be patient. You're also teaching me how much I fucking hate fairies. Damn you. Thank you. I should probably make the title of this video like Alice swears a lot whilst making a Dreamcatcher. It's like, we're gonna make a Dreamcatcher today. Like, fuck you. Makes you really appreciate spiders. Only they have things a bit easier. They don't have to worry about their thread getting all tangled up because they just point their butt at where they want their thread to go, and it just happens, you know. This is really taking shape now. Good job, guys. Your dream catchers look amazing. Oh, look, a knot. I'm so shocked and surprised. How could such a thing happen? Get in, you bitch. It keeps sticking to my finger, so when I pull my finger back out of the loop, it comes with me. Don't be shy. You can stay there by yourself. You don't need my finger for moral support, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to put in a few little beads. Beads! Okay, so Mr. Bead. Oh, it's so beautiful. You thought it was fiddly before. Try putting a bead on. I'm fine. Don't you worry about me. I'm fine. But it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's not supposed to be perfect. Get off me! Get off me! Jesus. This isn't a bead. This is just a ball. There's no hole. Oh, yes, there is. Okay. Another little bead. You. Okay, so I actually just took a little break. I don't have any glasses and I'm struggling to see the world right now, so I'm actually going to come back to this tomorrow. I've been at this project for about 10 hours at this point. Tomorrow we will do the feathers and all that cool stuff. I'm going to go to bed. My eyes have actually stopped working at this point, so I will see you tomorrow. Okay, and it's now tomorrow, technically today. So I have had a sleep and my fingers have recovered from the fiddliness and I'm ready. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. So we have our beautiful Dreamcatcher that we made yesterday, and what I actually ended up doing last night after I finished recording and then told you guys I was going to bed, I lied. I actually ended up putting these like bindings over all of the leaves, feathers, over all of the feathers on the ends, because I think they look a bit sort of tribal and cool. And then these smaller ones, so I've got 6 of these feathers. I've got 3 big ones and then 3 little ones. I've just put the green around these ones, and then the big ones have the green and then the white at the very tippy tip. So what we're going to do then is attach these to our Dreamcatcher. My thread is so knotted. Now I remember what yesterday was like. Stop talking about it, Alan. Just fucking make it. Okay. Alright, so let's attach the big guy. We'll just calculate this for a minute. I forgot to put on a bead. And we'll put our little bead on. Okay, we are donezo. I'm very happy with this, if I can get it untangled. Come on, you guys, stop loving on each other so much. I know you are best friends. There we are. Okay, yeah, I'm really pleased with this, you guys. Look how beautiful it is, if I do say so myself. I'm sure that you guys have done also an excellent job of your beautiful dream catchers. And you know what? If you guys did make one along with me, I'd really love to see it. I'd really love to see your dream catchers. So, you know, put your photos in the Discord. If you're not in there already, I'll put the link in the description below. so you guys can join our community. So thank you guys so much for joining me on my little adventure to make a Dreamcatcher. I've had a lot of fun with this project. I can't wait to do more. If you guys have any suggestions of like adventures that we could have, or crafty things that we could get up to, then, you know, comment below, and let me know what you think, and you know, maybe we can have more adventures together in the future. Wouldn't that be nice? So if you liked this video, then, you know, maybe give the subscribe button a little tickle, and then we can see each other again. Oh, and don't forget to slap that notification bell right in the face. And before I go, I just want to tell you that you're very beautiful. You're very beautiful, and you're worthy, and your Dreamcatcher is fucking amazing. And I will see you guys in the next one. I made a Dreamcatcher.